Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in today's video we are doing an interesting idea. I'm on one of my viewers' account, but he is a player who is very PvP focused on his account, and in fact his whole guild is full of members who are really hyper focused on PvP, just to kind of show you what is the potential of accounts and guild performance. Even though they don't have, they have some whales, but like for the most part, they do also have some free-to-play players who are doing very well in PvP. They're really focusing that game mode, and I just found this pretty interesting, and I just want to show you guys basically the rundown of what they're doing. So first of all, their server is kind of a late start server, as you guys see here, G400s, which is like, yeah, I mean the fact that's like that's so like it's even crazier that some of these free-to-play players are actually having so much development. Right now I'm on the guild leader, I believe his account, Shock, and he's not a free-to-play player. He's VIP 14 to put things into perspective. However, even that is not even super whale status or anything. This is really mid-spender level. I guess it depends how you qualify it, but like for example me on my account, yeah, I'm VIP 23 or higher. So yeah, just to put things into perspective, and VIPs get exponentially, more and more expensive. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at what his account is built towards, and you're going to see there's major PvP focus here. It's kind of what we call a vertical account build, where you only prioritize Paragon upgrading those heroes which are good in PvP, and that is what you're seeing here. Lily May, Bonnie, Damon, Theodore, Celise, he chose on Raid Up Recruitment all the way to Crown. Freerin as well, newest edition. Even his Marcel from the past, Alna, who is the beast in Celestial Hypogean of PvP heroes, Shamir, Tassi, Pandora, things like that. And so the box is really like hyper focused on the PvP element, but because he has these crown heroes, all solid PvP heroes, he's able to rank really well in PvP mode. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So in regular arena, he's going to be rank 2. And you have some other players here who, these all look to be, maybe this one is on the free-to-play side. You might be looking at this and being like, how is this free-to-play? It's because these players like hyper-focus these PvP heroes. Like, does he has Dream Realm, like the basic necessities. Like, if you take a look at it here, he has twins. But then he mainly focuses these PvP heroes, which are really good. Like Freerin, like Alna. If we take a look at his Supreme Arena ranking, that is going to be rank 7, which is actually crazy. Rank 7 for like this level of spending, I think is really good. Now, we can actually take a look at how he's mainly going to be sitting in rank top 20. Rank 5, if you're in the top 5 even at all, you would get closing in on maybe even getting these 2,800. So yeah, he's usually top 20, he's never top 5 or anything like that. But still, that is a good performance. Definitely. And when you compare it to other people in the district, like look at this. Then you have the whales who are on like basically my level. Actually, yeah, basically that level of spending. If you take a look at all of them, they're over 110 million base power. This player is like, I guess, not as crazy, but then 112 million, 113 million. Yeah, like that is basically going to be, these are the super whale territory, and so like you can't really touch them, even if you are hyper focused on PvP. But there you have it. And now what he told me was, even with the focus on PvP, he still ranks fairly well in Dream Realm. Now, the thing is, he is going to suffer a bit here, because if we take a look at the hero investment on his Dream Realm teams, we can take a look at that. His Aurora doesn't even have exclusive equipment investment. Smokey either, because he's fully focused on PvP. So he doesn't even waste resources more than needed. I still probably would recommend Aurora to plus 15. You can make use of her in PvP as well. But yeah, this is basically what you're seeing here. So he usually ends up top 10 or top 20 of server. And he told me that the district rankings don't really matter, because you're going to get 2 temporal essence no matter what. And this is something I didn't really even pay that close attention to, but you get 2 temporal essence even if you're top 15%, which any active player will be. So even if he's like, only 106 for this district ranking, he's still going to be getting the 2 temporal essence. And server, he's 12. If we take a look at some of the other days, 8. So normally he's actually, top 10 to top 20, district ranking somewhere around here. So he has sacrifice on Dream Realm for the full PvP focus, but he says overall his resource generation is almost as much as if he was Dream Realm focused, but because he's PvP, he's also going to get those PvP rewards, and that is it. Now, this is the interesting thing. In Clashfronts, he made it to the Exalted tier. His guild made it to the Exalted tier in Clashfronts. We can take a look at their last match that they just had. He's going to be in the Pretenders, his guild name. That's going to be in the blue color. And they ended up actually winning, which is also crazy. But I think this is a newer server or newer district that he is a part of. G463 is pretty like more late, and he does have some spenders in the guild, some hyper-focused PvP players, but basically they're dominating PvP. And even with some free-to-play players in the guild lineup. Now, you're going to obviously need proof of the free-to-play, but I'll show you some screenshots right now because he sent them to me. There are people with free-to-play badges who are, I don't exactly know which name it was. I think he's labeled them all here, free-to-play power, basically. And he is a free-to-play player, and they're all focusing Athalia. They all, like, try to Paragon Athalia, which, you know, this is also, we have to talk a little bit about it. PvP heroes do get power creep, and Athalia is one of those heroes. She's still useful, she's still gonna have value, but as time goes on, she's having less and less value, it seems. Alna is a hero that probably is gonna stand the test of time in PvP, though. I think Alna is a very safe investment when it comes to PvP. And then the standard Daemon, Siren, Shmira, and as you see over here. So overall, really interesting showcase of basically a PvP focused guild that is dominating the PvP game modes. Also, players are ranking well in Supreme Arena and regular arena, getting those rewards. And in Dream Realm, they're still like able to clench the top 20. But obviously the free-to-play players, let's take a look at those. Because Baz, we saw Baz was a free-to-play player, right? So let's see where around he is sitting. It's going to be tough. Well, we can sort by guild members, and we can try to find where is he sitting in the district rankings, because as a free-to-play player, like, is he able to keep up at all? Is he actually higher? He didn't even attack in here. What? No, he did. Okay, rank 99. So still doing pretty well overall. Oh, he's on the same server as my guildmate. So if we look at the actual server rankings for this day, Vaz would have been also in the top 20, even close to top 10. If we look at some of the other days, he was even barely top 10 as a free-to-play player. So basically their motto is do the minimum required for Dream Realm, and then with your extra resources focus on your PvP heroes, and that is going to help you in other game modes. And I think it's a really interesting strategy, especially with new PvP game modes coming, like in the upcoming season, Supreme League, which is going to be only for the top 50 players in Supreme Arena, going to compete out and maybe get some more rewards off of that. And so potentially PvP could become more rewarding and more a priority actually to focus on. But it's just, yeah, it's something that, you know, we all really talk about Dream Realm, prioritizing Dream Realm, and I think definitely Dream Realm is the #1 priority, and ideally trying to get in the top 10. But I can also see the standpoint of saying, okay, I'll give up the top 10 on some days, maybe get top 20 of my server. I only miss out on 1 temporal essence daily, and then try to get my maximum PvP rewards. I don't know. It's a tough decision. The safe strategy is obviously always go for your Dream Realm, but like the PvP strategy, especially for people who love PvP, it's a very interesting strategy as well. And when you look at his box, basically he's only going to take up probably the strongest rate up hero of that season to Paragon 4 and just use it, like Solis. And that was a wise decision. Solis was the best PvP hero of this season. And if you take a look at his Sylvan, just bare minimum investment, right? Like, he'll get the job done, but like, he's not blowing and wasting any resources more than he has to on the hero. And honestly, Aurora, he probably could even take the plus 15 or higher. But just really interesting, like, how the investment has been allocated on these heroes. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I think it's really, I just find it interesting how people min-max for their different focuses in this game. And like I mentioned, Baz, who's a free-to-play player, confirmed. I think he's about to reach his first Paragon 4, like, and maybe set the record for the first, like, free-to-play player get to Paragon 4 in a certain number of days. So we might make a video about that as well. Basically, if you guys are interested, you can let me know in the comment section. But that's basically all I wanted to talk about in this video. Just an interesting look into the mind of, or the account of, a PvP focused player, and how you can get pretty good success in basically both game modes if you have the PvP focus and the bare minimum investment for Dream Realm. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. By the way, does he have Aliceth? He probably does have Aliceth, right, for Dream Realm? No, he doesn't even have Aliceth. So that's that, yeah. So he's even skipped on you know, these Celestial Hypogeans, even the meta ones, who maybe he can get by, try to get by without them. He doesn't have Baelran, he doesn't have Aliceth. full focus on the Alna, Athalia, even Dunlinger build. I think the Paragon 1 Twins was probably a mistake, but maybe he was earlier in the game at that point. And if he's not, I would say stop Paragon upgrading your Twins and Fresto, because they're not really that... I mean, Twins actually have some use in PvP, so maybe there's some angle there, but Fresto, no. Yeah, and that was probably a mistake from the past or something. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus Dragon Crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.